There's this strange phenomenon online where gamers can't quite enjoy other games after playing Dark Souls, and many of us who've played understand this feeling, so it's no surprise that there's a lot of people waiting to get their fix again in Dark Souls 2. This is going to be my last video showcasing Dark Souls 2 before release, so join me one last time in another short top 5 video with some more awesome gameplay, and the 5 reasons I'm excited for Dark Souls 2. The first reason I have is a new addition to the Souls series, and it's in the form of torches. You know, any other game could add torches and it would just feel so meaningless, but in Dark Souls 2, torches and lighting the world around you plays this huge role. They affect the gameplay and they also affect the atmosphere. If you decide to explore with a torch, you cast this wide, warm light around you that throws these wild shadows on the walls, and torches also make it easier to navigate the environment and anticipate enemies. Experiencing an area with and without a torch are two very different experiences. The second reason comes from the fact that From has clearly made an effort to make every playstyle viable. Whether it's archery, sorcery, pyromancy, faith spells, dual wielding, everything I found that had huge weaknesses in Dark Souls 1 seems to be a fully fleshed out alternative for play in Dark Souls 2. Whether you want to be a cleric wielding, a gigantic sword, or a sorcerer dual wielding daggers, everything that I've seen so far points towards the fact that you'll be able to take on this game with a playstyle that suits you. Number 3 is that the game breaks the mold in terms of navigation. You can now go in more or less any direction you'd like from the very start of the game. And sure, some areas will be easier than others, but there's this emphasis on changing your location more often as soon as you get sick of an area to make progress elsewhere, and that keeps the game feeling fresh up until the very end. Number 4 for me has to be the online interaction. Covenants are now much more PvP focused, and we're also seeing the inclusion of a system that matches you against equally skilled players, which is something people have been looking for quite a long time. Finally, the biggest reason I'm excited for Dark Souls 2 is because I hope that we'll finally get some answers, a reward for our efforts, In Dark Souls 2, you're a cursed undead, destined to die over and over as you struggle through this game. But you aren't being put through this for the sake of making you feel terrible. No, you're being put through this to test yourself, and to hopefully find some answers at the end. So this is why I'm excited for Dark Souls 2. That does it for me, guys. Let me know what you're excited about, and I'll catch you guys next week. Cheers. Dark Souls 2 will surprise you. As I played through the game, I came across some really terrifying environments, filled with enemies that will give you the deaths you didn't expect. There are characters who can't be trusted, and there are even some bosses who seek you out and hunt you down, instead of the other way around. There are just so